when we think of the environment or good environmental programs or being environmentalists, you tend to think of it as being a West Coast, East Coast thing. You know, you tend to think of all the great environmental programs being either along the West Coast, so Stanford, Berkeley's, or you think of, you know, the Browns, Dartmouths, Cornell, Columbia's, Princeton's, the usual suspects, right? And we don't tend to think of the middle part of the country. Now, whether that's tied to politics or people thinking, well, environmentalists tend to be open-toed sandaled liberals, and so the blue states tend to be more environmentally aware and the red states tend not to be. You know, I don't know if that's really necessarily true. When I came here and saw the opportunities that the environmental program kind of had, both at TCU and in Texas, you know, I sat back and thought, well, why not Texas? You know, why not this big important state that has such economic clout and stretches, you know, not just Texas, but goes right up through the central part of the United States. Where are the first-rate, high-profile environmental programs here? So that's the challenge that I faced. You know, sitting in Texas, you're absolutely right. The perception is that it's toxic Texas. We don't care about the environment. All we care about is pollution and consumption, and everything's better. You know, the pie is much bigger, and we're much more expensive to run as a state than other states. There is some truth to that, for sure. But what I've found is that Texans actually really do have a pretty deep connection to the land. They have a very deep environmental ethic, if you like, or, you know, a connection to their place. People who go to Big Bend or people who have big ranches, they don't like dirty air. You know, they like the big blue skies of Texas. So what I'm actually finding is that there is more of an awareness of the environment generally, an appreciation of the fact that we are messing things up and that we need to really fix our house, and that it needs to start right here in Texas. And I think that's true both of the general populace. I think it's true at TCU, and it's particularly true of the student body. I've noticed over the last 2 to 3 years there is a shift in mindset here. I'm starting to see more activity in environmental clubs. I'm starting to see more activity on issues relating to sustainability. Not just our program, obviously other people have been very important on campus in that. I'm starting to see that in the staff. I'm starting to see that in the administration. I really, you know, I think there is a growing awareness now and understanding and appreciation that we can't just keep barreling along and doing the same old thing year in and year out. Obviously one looks to the new administration for leadership, okay? I don't think it's any secret that I think the previous administration has been very, very disappointing when it comes to the environment. And some could argue that the Clinton-Gore administration was also pretty disappointing. But, you know, I'm very hopeful with the new administration that science is going to reestablish itself in the place that it needs to, and that the environmental initiatives are going to be back at the forefront of the agenda. Obviously, we need to fix the economy first and foremost, but what I'm hoping is that, and what I think I'm seeing, even among the business community here, some of whom have been our biggest supporters, is that it doesn't have to be the economy versus the environment. That you can have both economic and energy and environmental security. You just have to be able to give them all equal weight and put the right people around the table. So, you know, I'm very hopeful. I think there is a growing awareness. We just need to tap into that and keep it going.